Kevin as a kid in every picture. Head bop and everything. Yep, this one. I hope your mom sees that and is like, oh my god, that is him.
Yeah.
Didn't you show them we already got married? Just kidding. This is his Aura ring that, tests his heart rate and everything.
Probably should have mentioned that in the other video.
Oh, I guarantee nobody's gonna notice. Because they don't think they raise their hands.
I think they will. But whatever. Okay. You ready?
Today on Channel 5 News,
we are talking about the number one thing that everybody loves to talk about, wealth building.
Oh my god, yes, that is such a popular topic. Kevin Andrew Jr. Kevin Andrew Jr. Kevin Andrew Hoffman Jr., please fill us in on your views on debt.
Yes, Eliza, thank you for passing that off to me. So yes, today we're going to talk about, okay, I'm going to stop that. You want to keep going? Yeah. Anyway, today we are talking about wealth, but we are talking more specifically about the number one obstacle to building that wealth, which is,
I mean, my guess would be student loans.
That's correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
What's the overall, like, what is a student loan? Like, what is it? It's not a credit, but a
debt.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we going for?
Yeah, we just played a little game of like password there for a second.
And obviously my brain.
Yeah. Anyway. We're talking about the number one obstacle to wealth, which is debt. Mm-hmm. So debt is the number one thing that will keep you from getting to your wealth building goals. Why do we want to build wealth? Because we don't ever want to work again. If you build enough wealth, you never have to work again.
Oh, that would be so nice.
That's it. You're done. Because you can just live off your investments. So that's what we're building towards. But the number one thing that's going to keep you from getting to that point is debt. So what are the main forms of debt? You mentioned that student loans. That's the number one thing. A lot of people have that. The problem with student loans is that a lot of people have a lot of student loans usually. Yeah. It's not just like, I have like $5,000.
But on top of that though, it's not only like having a lot of student loans, but then the interest that accrues on the student loans, which makes them bigger and bigger and bigger, especially when you can't afford to pay a lot on them at once.
Exactly. So those will keep you from building wealth big time. So you want to make sure you pay off your student loans. If you haven't yet, come up with a plan to do them, to pay them off. If you need any help paying off debt, Dave Ramsey's a great guy. I don't know, Dave Ramsey's kind of controversial, but look at his stuff. He will lead you in the right way for debt.
And I actually paid off one of my student loans.
Yay! Yeah. So hey, what we talk about, we do personally. We're not going to tell you anything that we don't do or believe in or would teach to anybody. So
exactly.
Yeah, we're doing this stuff too. So you want to pay off the student loans.
Yes.
I would start with, if you have any other debt other than student loans, like credit card debt. Credit card debt's another common one. You want to make sure that you keep that as low as possible. Always pay your credit card off every month. That's like the golden rule. Yeah. And you should know that if you see any other videos, or golden rule, number one rule with credit card, you always pay it off every month.
Yes.
Use it like a debit card. And so you have student loans, you have credit card debt, and then you have things like home mortgages, you have car loans, any other kind of loan that you have. You want to make sure you pay all these off. The house you can kind of pay off over time. Yeah. You want to probably start with these other ones first. The house is a really big one. We'll kind of tackle that last. Mm-hmm. So what you want to do to tackle this debt, I'm sure sometimes you can have hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and you're just like, I don't know how to pay this off. So what you do is I recommend this way, as well as like Dave Ramsey recommends doing it this way. You start with your smallest debt first. So like, let's say one person A has $10,000 in student loan debt, $5,000 in some other credit card debt. Yeah. And then let's say like they owe $500 to their parent or something. So I would start with the $500 debt, pay that off, give that to your parents, make them happy. Yeah. Start with the small one, because once you pay one off, you're like, oh wow, dang, I've already cut my debts in a third.
That's how I feel right now with the student loans.
You're like, dang, okay, let's keep this going. Like, let's do this again. So then you start tackling the credit card debt, which is $5,000. Eventually, you pay that off, in a short amount of time. You're like, dang, okay, if I can pay that off, well, the student loan should be pretty easy. You start tackling that, and over time you pay that off, and then you're completely debt free.
Yay!
That's the goal. You want to be completely debt free. The only way you can build wealth is if you are debt free. There is no other way to do it. Trust me. Now, if you want to get into investing in debt, that's a different story. But credit card debt and student loan debt, and all that will keep you from building wealth. You have to pay those off first.
Yes.
The interest rates are just way too high.
Yes.
Will cost you way too much. You just have to get rid of those.
Yes.
So.
And my tidbit, even though yes, it would have been nice if I told you guys this at the very beginning of the pandemic, but even it took me a while to figure this out. Now is the best time to pay off your student loans. I know for a lot of people, it's still pretty hard. You have losing your job and all that stuff. But if you are getting any sort of unemployment, for many of us, it was more than we were even making, actually working half the time or for a short period of time. Oh my God, it was the best time to pay off my student loans. It was the easiest time to pay off my student loans. And I'll tell you why. Because with no interest, any money you pay is going directly towards your principal. And for me, because I was making a decent amount from unemployment, I was like, okay, I don't need a lot of this right now, or any of it that I am using is going towards my bills, so let me pay off my student loans. And I actually got to pay off one full student loan during the pandemic with the money from unemployment. The best time. I am trying to get it as low as possible for the interest rates to come back, but it is the best time to pay off your student loans.
Start now. Do it now.
Yes.
You will thank yourself in the future, trust me.
Yes.
And there's nothing worse than having to pay interest on your loan and barely even being able to scrape by and pay the interest.
I've even had moments like that.
Let alone the principal.
Yes.
So you just have to get rid of these loans.
Yes.
Like, do whatever you have to do to, like, cut your expenses, whatever you have to do to pay off the loans.
Yes.
And the debt. So that is your number one obstacle to wealth building. And once you get rid of that obstacle, then you are free to fly and build as much as you want. And then, just like Dave Ramsey says, I agree. Once you build your own wealth and you get to your own financial independence, then you can give to other people. And that's the ultimate goal. There's nothing better than that. To be financially set for yourself and your family enough to where you can actually help out others.
No.
But you can't do that until you have yourself.
Yes.
So, get rid of that debt.
Yes. Do it! Do it! Do it!
Yep. And so be sure to like and subscribe to the video and check out any of our other videos. We're going to have way more stuff about debt, and I want to do a video on financial independence too.
Yes.
We'll do one of those.
All the things.
Yeah.
All the things.
So be sure to watch the videos.
Turn on that notification
bell.
bell.
Notification bell, subscribe, yada yada. And
All the things.
Yeah. We will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye. That's so fetch.
Gretchen, why do you keep saying fetch? Fetch is never going to happen. Or I should have done my Janice impersonation. Oh my God, Chandler Bing. Ah.
How you doing?
Okay, we said Chandler, not Joey. I hope that doesn't get copyrighted or righted or however that's it. My brain is not functioning right now.